Namaskar everyone. In today's story, we shall continue with Dhruva's Tapasya. We have seen so far how Dhruva longed for his father's love, and on being dragged away from his father's lap by Suruchi, he is extremely pained, and his mother consoles him, saying that he should pray to Lord Narayana and have all his attachment only for him. Dhruva, who left his home in search of Narayana, meets Narada, who is reminded of his own childhood days and therefore decides to help Dhruva and gives him the mantra of Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He asks Dhruva to repeat the mantra and also gives him the process to perform the tapas. On the banks of the river Yamuna, at the holy spot by the name Madhuvana, Dhruva begins to perform his penance as taught by Narada. For the first month, he lived only on the fruits that were found in the forest. The second month, he sustained himself by eating grass and dried leaves. The third month, only water held his life in the body. During the fourth month, he denied himself even that. The air he breathed was the only food that he was taking. He was bent on only one thing, the mantra, which he had learnt from Narada. Mentally, he repeated the mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And this was all that mattered to the child, who was barely 5 years old. The Devas found his tapas too terrible. They tried to bring obstacles to his concentration. Wild animals and serpents and even evil spirits were sent to frighten the young child. But he heeded them not. So intense was his absorption that he did not even know that they were there. He was intent only on his tapas. The three worlds began to tremble in fear because of it, and the Devas at last went to Narayana. They said, Lord, never has this happened before. All living beings are finding that they cannot breathe because Dhruva is intent on his tapas. Please have mercy on us and stop this penance. Narayana said, I will now go to him and make him desist from his tapas. It has lasted 5 months. I must bless the child who is my bhakta. Narayana came to the banks of the Yamuna. Dhruva found his heart suddenly bereft of the image of the Lord, which he had been seeing all these days. He was roused from his samadhi, and when he opened his eyes, Dhruva found the Lord in front of him. The child was overcome by the suddenness of it all. He held out his arms as if to embrace the Lord. His eyes were raining tears, and his face was wreathed in smiles. He fell at the feet of the Lord and stood up looking at him, and still he kept on looking. His lips moved, but he could not speak a word, so he stood for a while. Lord Narayana knew what the child wanted. Dhruva wanted to praise him, but he could not, since he did not know how. He knew not the words, and so Narayana gently touched the young boy's cheek with his conch, which was snow white, and which is said to personify the Vedas. The moment the conch touched the face of Dhruva, he became enlightened. He became articulate. His words were those of rishis when they talk of the glories of the Lord. Dhruva said, I salute you who entered into me and gave me the power to speak. My Lord, my power of speech was asleep, and you gave it in an awakening. You pervade the indriyas, the sense organs, and with your power, you give them life. you are the only truth. You create the illusion, the Maya, and you are the creator of the Mahat and the Aham Tattvas. You have created the three gunas and the presiding deities of the Indriyas, and you enter these, all of these, and remain in them like fire residing inside the Arani. People who do not know the truth about you think this as Maya, that Maya to be other than you. Brahma was granted the vision which made him see the world like a sleeper viewing the dream from which he is awakened. How can anyone forget you who is everything? You will rid man of births and deaths. If the ignorant men worship you and ask favors of you, favors like the gratification of small desire, then that man is really unfortunate, since he has been well and truly deceived by Maya. Having seen you who is the Kalpavriksha, granting immortality, if a man asks for pleasures enjoyed by the mortal body, is he not the most unfortunate among men? The ecstasy which one experiences by thinking on you and by listening to your stories related by your bhaktas, is even greater than the Brahmi state, which is nothing but bliss. As for the ordinary mortal man who exists for pleasure only, he is like one sailing in a chariot who has been hurled suddenly to the earth by the sweep of the sword named Death. He will never know the ecstasy of knowing you. When even the Brahmi state cannot equal the joy achieved by the thoughts of you, do I have to mention the unfortunate condition of men who live in the world of pleasure thinking it is great joy, and who die when time comes like dry leaves falling from a tree? Please grant me only this, that I think on you day and night, and grant me the company of noble souls who are your bhaktas, and the company of such people listening to the glories of yours being sung all the time, that I can become drunk with joy, so that I can cross this fearful, pain-filled ocean, samsara, called birth and death, without any trouble. When a man becomes happy in the company of your bhaktas, he will not think of this perishable body of his, nor about those who are dear to him. His wife and his children and his house, wealth and belongings mean nothing to him. As for me, I have been granted a sight of this, your form. But I am unable to comprehend your form as the Ishvara, the cause of the cosmos. It is therefore evident that my mind is not completely free from desires. The Chittamalam is not allowing me to see that what is the real form of you. I am not seeing the form of you which is sleeping in yoga trance after the deluge. The entire universe is drawn into you, and your bed is Ananta, the other form of time. Out of your navel is born Brahma. I imagine that form of yours and prostrate before it. I am still the Jivatma, you are the Paramatma. You are pure and the Jiva is not. It is tainted with desires. You are knowledge and the Jiva is ignorance, avidya. You are life, the Jiva is inert, jadam. You are imperishable while the Jiva suffers under the delusion that is ever undergoing change. You are the ancient and the Jiva is fated to have births. You control the gunas, but the Jiva is their slave. I salute you who are the Brahman, the Purusha, the cause of this universe. Narayana was pleased with his young worshipper. He said, I know what made you take upon yourself this difficult task. I will grant you what you wanted then. I am assigning for you a place which is eternal. I have decided to place you so that the sun and moon will revolve round it, which will be circumambulated by the 7 rishis. The stars will wheel around you. Your father will crown you king after he renounces the kingdom and goes in search of peace. You will ever be devoted to me and to my bhaktas. In their company you will spend all your time. You will rule the world for 30,000 years. You will perform many yajnas and finally you will see me again. You will reach me ultimately. The Lord vanished from his sight and Dhruva was left alone, living the moment over and over, again and again in his mind. The young child thought of returning to the city ruled by his father. He was glad in a way, but his heart was not quite elated at the turn of events. He told himself, I have seen the Lord Narayana and his presence blessed me. I attained the joy which even rishis like Sanaka and Sanat Kumara have not attained. Fool that I was, I did not ask for moksha. It is just my misfortune that my mind was clouded. Sage Narada spoke rightly when he said, this is not the age to take insults and applause to heart. I was foolish to have disregarded his words. The Lord has granted me a boon far inferior to moksha. I should have asked for release from the bondage called life on earth, but I did not do so. My ego evidently is not completely destroyed, and so my mind became clouded. I became a beggar, and I am ashamed of myself. Saying this, he reflected deep within. Hari Om.